guys, I'm back again with another review. So this one is about a portable clothes dryer. Okay, now the story is the flat I moved into last year had no dryer, no tumble dryer, and it had no balcony. So I was in that situation where I now had to decide how I was going to dry my clothes. So I decided, okay, fine, let me just have a look online. And that's when I went on Amazon UK and found this particular portable clothes dryer. Okay, so it's sold by DriBUDDI, and the full name is The full name is JML DriBUDDI Portable Electronic Clothes Dryer. Okay. At that time, when I bought it, it cost £59.99. Okay, and it didn't take too long for it to be delivered. And I wasn't using Amazon Prime at that time. Yeah, and it didn't take too long. Okay, so it came in a biggish box, so do expect something that is slightly bulky. And all the parts were neatly packed, along with some easy to kind of follow instructions. All right. This is what it looks like once it's assembled. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So as you can see, it's got like the 3 legs there, so it's pretty much sturdy. Then it's got the cable, the 3-pin cable over here, this one. Okay, then it's got the cover, which is this one, with the zip here to close it up, and then where you hang the clothes over here. So it's got the grooves so that the hangers to prevent the hangers from sliding. Okay, so you can nicely just put the hangers there. Okay, right, so I'm just gonna go in and start off with showing you like how you just generally use it. Okay, so all you have to do is put your clothes on a hanger, like so, for example, and then you put it inside, like that. Okay, you can see. Now what I would sometimes do is I would sometimes even use these things here to hang like smaller things, like, you know, underwear or socks, like that, you know, just stick them on over here like that. Okay, and then what you do is you just zip it up. So I'm just going to zip it up. Okay, so that's after I've closed it up, as you can see. And the good thing is it also has the zip here, so it closes. Right, so all you do is you plug it in, switch it on here, and then you come to this thing here. Okay, so over here you can choose what setting you want it to be. So I'll just turn it, and there you have it. And then it will actually kind of expand, and the clothes will be drying. Okay, so I'm just going to switch it off for the time being, and all you do is come to switch it off there. Okay, right, so here are the cons. I'm going to start off with the disadvantages of the DriBUDDI. Now, you can't hang dripping wet clothes, okay, because this is an electrical thing. So you don't want to be hanging, you know, super wet clothes. You know, even if you do, it's going to take ages for it to dry, so just don't. Now yeah, it just needs more damp clothes rather than dripping wet. And then disadvantage number 2 is that it's not big enough for you to put tons of clothes. Okay, now if you remember those grooves I mentioned, so here, so you see that each of these has about 3 of these grooves, so the hanger is supposed to sit here. Okay, now so you can imagine that there are about, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, you see. So you know, it can't hang the largest number of clothes in there though. Okay, and then disadvantage number 3 is that, as you could hear, it does make an audible sound, so it's not 100% silent. All right. Disadvantage number 4, it does take up some space, as you can see. You'll definitely notice its presence. Okay, and then disadvantage number 5 is that the main part, like where the switch is, so this thing is kind of bulky, so it's not the most lightest of things. Okay, but everything else is really, really light. You can just pack it in a bag and go. It's just that like the motor, that's a bit heavy. Okay, and then the last disadvantage I have, which is disadvantage number 6, is that the cable is not that long, as you can see, because that's the cable there, running from here, and there you have it. So if you do need it to be a bit of a distance, you might actually need to buy an adapter. All right, then moving on to the pros. Okay, so the advantages of it. The first thing is, okay, so in the apartment that I lived in, it had the washing machine left the clothes damp, so it did spin the clothes to the point where they were just damp and not wet. So this was perfectly fine for me. Okay, and also if you don't mind wringing out the clothes and whatever, then also it would be perfect. Okay, another advantage number 2, is if you are a single person living on your own, like I was, or if you don't have heaps of laundry, then this will be fine. Okay, you can pack it with more clothes than the grooves that I showed you, but the more they are, the less faster they're going to take to dry, and you don't want to, you know, overload it, because you do want this to last. So I would say if it's just you, and maybe if you're the 2 of you and you don't have that much laundry, I think it will be fine. Okay, another advantage that I have here. Okay, so if you don't keep it in the same room that you sleep in, or that you do whatever you want to do, then the noise is not, well, the sound rather, is not that loud, to be honest. I kept it in my living room and it was fine. I would just do everything I wanted to do. Really didn't even bother me, and I'll just sleep in a separate room and it was fine. Okay, advantage number 4 is that even though it does take up a bit of space, what I would usually do is I can simply just, let me show you. So what you can do is you can easily fold this part in here. So there's this little knob here, so all you do is you press it in and this kind of collapses like that, and then you can remove the cover, not like what I've done here. You can remove it nicely and pack it away. Okay, so it's not that big. I mean, I could easily even just hide it in that corner, sort of put it away in that corner. Okay, so it takes up space, but it doesn't take up that much space. Okay, so I'm just gonna open it up again. Okay, and then another advantage is that it is energy efficient at 1200 watts. Okay, which is apparently better than a tumble dryer. Okay, I never calculated the energy consumption of this thing, because all the places that I've lived, since I bought this, electricity was included in the rent, so I never really monitored it. Okay, and then advantage number 6 is that since the clothes will be hanging, it reduces wrinkles and creases. Okay, and advantage number 7 is you can fit the small items in those grooves that I showed you. So even though it might be limited with the spaces and everything, like the hangers you can put here, I sometimes just put a bit here and here and here. So that's an advantage. Okay, and then the last advantage that I have, which I think is really, really cool, is the fact that it switches off on its own. Okay, so depending on what you've set it at over here, you actually notice that it will move. It will actually move on its own. So let's say you put it here. As time moves, it actually moves on its own until it actually switches off on its by itself, which I thought was really awesome. Like, that's really helpful. Like, let's say if you fall asleep or something like that, then you just know it's going to switch off and not keep burning the clothes to a crisp. Okay, and actually talking about burning, the heat is never really that much. I've never had anything that's shrunk or anything like that while using this, but hey, you know, it's up to you. You choose if you want to take the risk or not. But yeah, so overall, guys, I loved it. It helped me in terms of drying my clothes. I used this practically every week, and I bought this in June 2016. So I've had this for over a year, and I've had no problems with it at all. I loved it so much that when I moved from Jersey, I carried it with me to Birmingham. So I do think it's a worthwhile investment. So yeah, I'm gonna put the link to Amazon in the description in case you also want to buy one for yourself. And thanks, guys. So just go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. I'll be putting up more videos review related. So keep checking in. Bye, guys.